welcome to Restoring the Inner Person with Jane. Welcome back, and I'm glad that you are here with me. If you have been following me, I trust that by now you understand who the inner person is and the reason why this inner person needs healing, why this inner person needs restoration. Stay tuned and let's journey together towards wholeness, towards growth, and towards becoming the best version of yourself. So today we are going to look closer at something important. How do you know that your inner person is ordered? And if your inner person is ordered, that's why we are saying the inner person needs healing. To be honest, many people are suffering silently. We can see them in the outside, but in the inside, we do not know what is happening. They are suffering, they are in pain, they are dealing with hurt and all manner of things. They are simply ordered. I want to enliken the inner person with a house. If you look out in your neighborhood, if you are walking along the road, you will see many homes, many houses. We have big ones and small ones. We have all manner of designs and all manner of sizes. Some, according to you, they look beautiful, and others, according to you, they are not. All the same, it doesn't matter. All these different houses, you may not know what is happening outside. Inside, they have rooms. So the house that you are seeing can be like the physical part of you. The rooms inside, which you cannot see from the outside, are the part of the inner person. The rooms and the activity you cannot see. If we have leaking taps, for example, if we have things that are not okay, the rooms are not taken care of, the beds are not made, or whatever else is happening, you may not see that. But how can you tell this physical person? Are there things that you can see from the outside that can tell you something is not okay? This person is in a problem. And we are not just talking about other people. We are talking about you. How can you be able to tell, I am ordered? Let me start by asking you a question. Have you found yourself putting forward statements like, I feel very tired? And when you look deeply into yourself, that tiredness is beyond physical. You are tired not because you've been working, or if you compare the physical work you've been doing and the tiredness, they do not match. There is more to that. You are tired in the inside. The inner person is tired. The inner person is training. The inner person is performing beyond their level of energy, meaning their energy levels are low. Behind that smile that people may be seeing, just like the beautiful house, but inside the beautiful houses, a lot of things may be there. The beautiful house even could be looking so beautiful, but in the inside, actually, it could be empty. That could be you, feeling empty, feeling worried, feeling anxious. And if you are asked why, you cannot even give a very good answer. So these feelings, we should not wish them away. They are signs that something inside the inner person is not well. So we go straight and look at more signs that can be an indicator that you are wounded and you need healing. So the first one is emotional imbalance. What is emotional imbalance? Have you ever found yourself overreacting because of something? Maybe somebody has told you something and you overreact such that whatever maybe you've been told or whatever has happened, you have reacted, you've gone overboard. They cannot balance. That is maybe a simple way of explaining to you what we mean by emotional imbalance. Something has happened and you find yourself maybe crying very easily, or sometimes you cry for no reason at all. You find like whatever has happened is so big, but in reality, it is not. You overreact. That is what we call emotional imbalance. You are very uncomfortable. Even other people around you are not comfortable. When they are around you, it's like they are walking on eggshells. They don't know what to say or what to do because they are not sure of how you're gonna react. That is emotional imbalance. It is an indicator that there is pain inside. It is an indicator somebody has just stepped and has triggered and has awakened something that is deep inside you. There is a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of frustration, etc., etc. Another thing that is very common with a wounded person is constant fear, constant anxiety. You know, there are some people who they fear people, they fear situations, they fear circumstances for no apparent reason. They fear maybe to mix with certain people, to do certain things. And if they are asked, they don't even have a good answer. Such a person, it could be an indicator that they don't believe in themselves. What happened? If you check in our last episode, just make sure you check it out. Some of these things could be as a result of what happened in their childhood. Maybe it is as a result of rejection. It is as a result of put downs. An innocent parent, the child comes and they are dismissed. Maybe they are trying to communicate to the parents something, but they are dismissed. They went to school. They put up their hand to answer a question. And the rest of the class laughed at that person, are put down. Maybe they didn't answer the question correctly, and the way the teacher responded became a put down. So this person develops anxiety, fear. They cannot even speak. They fear situations. They fear to express themselves. They are constantly in fear of being rejected, being put down, being abandoned, and many more. Let's go to a third point. Another indicator of an wounded person is insecurity and low self-esteem. What is insecurity? Feelings like you are not worth, you are not worth in front of maybe certain people. You doubt yourself and your value. You are not secure. You are constantly in need of being encouraged and being affirmed, being loved. You want to constantly be told that you matter. You are in constant need. Why? Because you feel insecure. You do not trust yourself. You do not value yourself. You do not feel like you are good enough. Are you feeling like you are not good enough? You are taught to lead in prayer. You feel you are not good enough. Other people are better than you. And I want to repeat here, some of these things can be traced back into our childhood, into our upbringing. Maybe there are things that happened and you feel like you are not like other people. Maybe it's a thing like you dismiss. Maybe you are brought up by absent parents. And for whatever reason, you feel like they didn't take care of you or they were absent. Why? Because you are not good enough. That is the interpretation of a child. And you grow up like that. Another indicator that you are wounded and you need healing. Being a people pleaser. Being a people pleaser. Yes, there are people who day in, day out, they do their best. They put in a lot of effort to do things, not for themselves and not even for God, but constantly and with a lot of effort is because they want to be validated by other people. They want to go by the standards of other people to please them. And when they see other people are pleased by their effort, that is what makes them feel good. But the truth is, they do not feel good about themselves. They do not feel. They spend their energy, their time with other people. But you realize that those same people, when it comes to their personal level, they do not do things for themselves. You'll find maybe even they don't do it for their children. They don't do it for the people who matter. But out there, they may do their best. In their working place, they may be known as the best. But in other areas, you may find that they are not, especially the area around them. Why? Because they are people pleasers. They don't please God. They work to please themselves, and they don't work to please themselves and God, but mostly it's about other people. The other thing is, another indicator is perfectionism. There are people who are obsessed with being perfect so that they can be praised, so that they can be given rewards, the kind of rewards they want. But after that, that is about it. So another one is spiritual numbness. A person who is spiritually numb. Did you know that there are people who are spiritually numb? Like when it comes to matters of God, they are not able to deeply connect with God. It is an indicator that they are hurting spiritually. Maybe they are angry with God for reasons. Today, I find myself going back to issues of, childhood. Maybe a person was brought up in an abusive home, in poverty. They may grow up with anger. They have seen even their parents being very devoted Christians. But yet, when they look at their situation, they are not happy with it. So a person can grow up being angry with God. I've also met people who are angry with God when it comes to loss and grief. When people lose, especially through death, a loved one, it can lead them into spiritual numbness. Because losing someone, they may be angry with God and have a lot of questions that maybe they do not have answers. And that can make their spirit person be suppressed. It can make the spirit person be numb. And now, having said that, I want us to look at the last but not least. The sixth one is something that I've really heard People talk about it. Mostly in the current world, in the social media, it is toxic relationship patterns. Toxic relationship patterns. So when you are talking about toxic, it's not just about romantic relationships. It could be relationship within the family members, parents and their children. The relationship could be toxic. It could be among the siblings. It could be even among friends. You can also have very toxic relationships in your working place. And even in your neighborhood, you can have a toxic relationship. And also, did you know that even when it comes to ministry, we can have toxic ministers? So whichever is your experience, these toxic relationships are unhealthy. They drain your energy. They do not affirm you. They belittle you. They make you feel useless. They do not nurture you. Toxic relationships do not create an environment of growth. They destroy that environment such that instead of nurturing a person, instead of nurturing the inner person, that person is continually suppressed, is continually destroyed. So, having said that, I'm going to read Jeremiah 17 and verse 14. This is what it says. Heal me, Lord, I will be healed. Save me, I'll be saved. For you are the one I praise. I want to encourage you this day that even if you are ordered, there is healing. The Lord can heal you. The Lord can save you. And you can become whole again. I know you have been blessed by this episode. So make sure, if you have not subscribed, subscribe so that you can always check on our episode whenever we upload. Also make sure you comment, because commenting is very important. It will give me feedback. Also make sure you press the notification bell so that anytime we upload, you are notified and you can check what we have uploaded. Not forget, share to the loved ones, share to friends, share to people you know that they need healing. Why? Because they are wounded. God bless you and see you in the next one.